This recipe is for Cheats Puff Pastry, also known as Ruff Puff Pastry, and it's rather nice. It measures ice and cold water. It is essential that all the ingredients are very cold for this recipe to work. It sifts the flour before placing in the freezer along with the diced unsalted butter. It combines the almost frozen butter with the cold flour and starts to mix with a butter knife. It does this as it needs to limit contact with its silly warm hands when making such a high fat content pastry. It adds the icy water and continues to mix with the knife until it sees the water has absorbed into the flour. It turns the mixture onto its worktop and uses a bench scraper to work the butter into the flour. After a few minutes, it then uses its hands to bring the mixture to a very shaggy dough. It rolls the shaggy dough, then performs the first of 6 turns. You can see the chunks of butter that have not yet combined into the dough. This is quite normal and is why there will be another 5 turns. It feels that the butter is a little sticky, so it wraps the dough and places in the fridge for 20 minutes or so. It now starts rolling the dough, ready for the second turn, which is basically a business letter fold. This is the laminating process, which creates many layers of fat and dough. This is why puff pastry lifts or puffs up when baking, the butter melts, and the steam forces the pastry to rise. It makes sure that before starting each turn, that it rotates the dough 90 degrees each time. It takes care to brush away any excess flour before folding the dough, as this will be incorporated and the pastry will not be as delicious. To prevent it getting confused, it makes 3 dents on the dough and places back in the fridge for 20 minutes to firm up the butter again. It continues to roll, fold, and turn the pastry 3 more times. If it feels the butter getting sticky at any time, it places it back in the fridge to firm up. It wants to know if you have a favorite pastry recipe. Please let it know in the comments below. On completing the 6th and final turn, it wraps the pastry and keeps in the fridge until it needs to use it. It wants you to know to stay tuned to the channel, as the next video will be how to make these amazing sausage rolls, and they look rather nice.